You already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Motion himself. Ladies and gentlemen, WBC former heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder, and new trainer Malik Scott had a recent interview with 78 Sports TV. Interesting interview. They was talking about, what they've been up to. Of course, Deontay Wilder and Malik Scott expressed that they have been in 3 training camps up to this day, preparing for the trilogy, preparing for the revenge that Deontay Wilder calls the revenge. Ladies and gentlemen, that's good to hear because a lot of people just wanted to see Deontay Wilder go back into the drawing board, go back and sharpen the tools, add more tools to the toolbox. So when you do get the chance to step back in the ring, trilogy or not, then we will see a new Deontay Wilder. We will see a new pot of Deontay Wilder. We won't see a stagnant Deontay Wilder and things of that nature. We see a hungry, determined Deontay Wilder. And I'm not going to say Deontay Wilder always been hungry. Always been hungry. Always been one of the baddest men on the planet. But during the interview, they was also talking about, he was always alluding to white privilege. That Tyson Fury has surpassed several things because of white privilege. Now, we're not gonna act like there is no such thing as it, but we're also not gonna we're not also gonna abandon that there is no such thing as self-victimhood. Ladies and gentlemen, look, there is white privilege. There's also privilege of breathing. There's also privilege with having choices. There's also privilege with having God in your heart. Building a relationship with God Almighty. That's also a privilege. And to be honest, that's the ultimate privilege. Any other privilege or any other thing that's keeping me or you from something with God in your heart, knowing that having that relationship, knowing the will of God, ain't nothing gonna stop you. No white privilege, no black privilege, no Latino privilege, no Jew privilege, no German privilege, nothing. When you have God in your heart, ain't nothing gonna stop you. That's the best privilege, and everybody, every single soul has that opportunity to have that privilege, the ultimate privilege. Now, with that saying, there is something about self-victimhood shit. Self-victimhood shit. There's also things about accountability. There's also things about responsibility. There's also things having privilege to have common sense. There's also privilege with having your eyes. There's also having the privilege of listening. Now, there's other people, unfortunate, that don't have their eyesight, that has lost their eyesight, that has lost their hearing and things of that nature. But you know the privilege of having it. Now, we really want to dial into this white privilege stuff. If we really want to dial in, because I do believe that Deontay Wilder have privilege, in my opinion. I believe that he had the privilege to become undisputed of the world. I believe he had the privilege to go into a gym, and actually do what you got to do with your bare hands and fight for your daughter. We have the privilege for him to go to the Olympics and bring the bronze medal. He had the privilege to fight and defend his title more than 10 times. He had the privilege of showcasing his skills and talent to the world. Did anybody stop the man so he could attain those type of privileges? Now, we want to talk about the privilege of somebody trying to not honor the contract of that rematch. And you have to fight for it and pay lawyers. Well, we understand that. We understand that. But also the privilege of you fighting and earning. Have the privilege to earn. We all have that type of privilege. So when I look at a fight with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and I see what Deontay Wilder did in the first fight, or I see Tyson Fury did as well, or what I see in the second fight, I don't think that's white privilege. Why in the second fight the man lost? No. I think that was skill for skill. I think in the first fight it was skill for skill too. In the first fight, there was a privilege for somebody to have a draw on that fight. There was a privilege there. It was also a privilege in the second fight that Deontay Wilder had somebody that you had the privilege for somebody in the corner to care about you. So today, you can have that revenge. So you can have that revenge. So you can have all your faculties to go back into the training and into the drawing board. So you can go back and sharpen up the tools and add for the tools and go back into that revenge mode. You have the privilege for somebody to care about you to throw in that towel so you can live another day so you can have this revenge. That's privilege to me. Everybody has certain type of privilege. Certain people are more fortunate than others. This is not going at somebody. This is just clarifying privilege. Ladies and gentlemen, ain't nothing keeping you from nothing. Don't ever let white privilege keep you from anything. Because at the end of the day, if you are a father or a mother and your kid is looking at you and he's saying, Mommy and Daddy, I can't do this. I can't do this. And you may know how the world works. And you may see the systematic things that's going on and stuff of that nature. You never tell your child, you can't do this because white men ain't going to let you do it. You know what you do as a parent? You know what you do as a responsible man and father is you tell your child, ain't nothing gonna stop you. No white privilege, no nothing gonna stop you. What the hell is that? You run through white privilege. You run through with anything that's trying to keep you something from you. Ain't nobody gonna stop you, son. Ain't nobody gonna stop you, daughter. How about that type of feeling? Huh? How about that type of soul? How about that type of approach? How about that type of heart, baby? Fuck a white privilege. Ain't no excuses for that shit. Not now. No. We live in a whole different time. Give them power to mention that. Oh, I do. I do have this type of privilege. Nah, you don't got that type of privilege. It's delete. I won't even mention it because I give you power. I'm making you feel good. Nah, he didn't have no privilege. This is why we love the sport of boxing, because it's a world sport. It's a world sport. Also, Deontay Wilder was alluding to that it was two Brits. He was alluding that it was the four sides, whether it's Frank Warren, Bob Arum, Anthony Joshua, and Eddie Hearn. I didn't know that Anthony Joshua was white. I didn't know that. So he got white privilege? I don't think so. He got the same privilege Deontay Wilder got, the same privilege Anthony Joshua, the same privilege Tyson Fury got, the same privilege. This is a world sport. Everybody, this is what separate. This is when there's no white privilege in that ring. When there is nothing holding you back. This is your home. This is your facility. This is your kingdom. That ring ain't nobody gonna stop you. No race or nothing. When you win that ring, that square circle, nah, it's mano y mano. It's blood for blood. Ain't white for black. Ain't Asian, white, Asian, black, nothing. Blood for blood. Deontay Wilder, you want blood. You don't want him because he's white. Tyson Fury don't want Deontay Wilder because he's black. Y'all want each other's blood. It's just like Tyson Fury was licking the blood off this guy's neck. We have the privilege to get revenge. No white privilege, no black privilege. You have the privilege to have your health for that revenge. Now, a black man is one that threw the towel. JD was the man that go out in his shield. Yet even JD has the privilege to work with you again. That's a white man. Shelly Finkel was a manager. White privilege. Maybe the lawyer too. Maybe he's white. We don't know. We know Al Heyman is a black brother doing a lot of great things for the brothers in boxing. Matter of fact, looking out for a lot of people in boxing. Not just the brother, because he got Andy Ruiz that looked out for him and gave him a good shot. Looked out for Sergey Derevchenko. Looked out for Danielson Garcia as well. Looked out for Caleb Plant. Look out for Earl Spence. Look out for Keith Fontaine Thurman. Look out for everybody, man. We need to stop this race and this divide stuff and this white privilege. And man. In boxing, white privilege ain't gonna stop nobody. White privilege don't gain nothing. Matter of fact, the white dudes are the minorities in boxing when it comes inside the boxers, the fighters themselves. Floyd Mayweather is privileged. We have to also move with the time. We also have to allow, the people that has fought in the past so we could be where we at today. Because if we keep on complaining about certain things that the people that in the past, they died in vain. And we keep complaining today like people, and I understand people gonna be like, yo, punch, here we go with the complaining word. Can I find another word? I apologize. I won't say complain. If we keep on talking about and acting like that today is the same as years and years and decades or a century ago, that the people that has fought, why did they fight for? I'm saying there's always gonna be some type of fight. But there always got to be some type of sometimes being content with something because they fought for something, they died for something, and if we keep on going and complaining about a certain thing, again, the word complain. If y'all can find another word, I can find another word, but I know you understand what I'm trying to say. We got to be stronger than that. Let's not give the enemy or the evil entities that type of power to mention, oh, Tyson Fury did this because of white privilege. No. You can stop that, Deontay Wilder. That's why you got a privilege to go there for the trilogy. You got a privilege to go back and have a revenge. You have the privilege to go out there and put some hands on his face. You got the privilege to go in a different approach. Hit the body. Start from the body, work your way to the top. Hit that thunderous right hand and hit it to the chest and hit it to the arms and hit it to the solar plex. You have the privilege to go back and do what you need to do. He ain't had white privilege to get away from you, right? There's black privilege. Be proud of it. Be proud of it that you're a king. You're privileged to be a king, then be a king and don't worry about no white privilege. You're kings. We're sons and daughters, brothers and sisters to the Most High. One race. And the king loved the kingdom. You're a champion of the world. And anybody that holds a strap is a champion of the world. All you champions better get it together. You a champion not only for the brothers. Deontay Wilder, when you holding that strap, and I'm going for you to beat Tyson Fury. I'm rooting for you. But when you holding that strap and it says world, champion of the world, champion of the world, not the world of the brothers, not the world of the Latinos, not the world of the Jews, not the world of the Germans, not the world of the Asians. It's the champion of the world. And your soul, like you said, my brother, your soul is a connection with the Lord. You're a champion of the world. When you're king, be the king of the world. That's the privilege. Fuck the white privilege. That's Casper the Friendly Ghost. Ain't no evil entities will stop you from where you at. Ain't no evil entity gonna stop nobody. Nobody. And I don't want to hear nobody coming up. But yo, punch, but fuck that, man. We men out here, man. Kids are looking at us. All women need us. We all kings. Ain't no white privilege gonna stop nobody. Don't even mention it. Tyson Fury's gonna be training 8 weeks to try to whoop your ass. And you gonna be training 8 weeks to whoop his ass. That's the motherfucking privilege. And ain't no white privilege gonna stop that. Forget about the glove. Forget about, oh, if somebody didn't see or hear or whatever, my brother. Just go out there and do what you're highly capable of doing. And do this for the world. Because I'm a fan of Deontay Wilder because he has the same, he relates to something that I relate. And that's God. Not because he's a black man. Not because he do it for the people. Not because he's connect nothing. It's because I relate to my brother and what he and what he's and who he talks about. And his spiritual enlightenment when it comes to God. And everybody that had that same connection is my brother. If Tyson Fury had that same connection, he's my brother too. If Anthony Joshua had that same connection, we brothers. We all brothers, man. That's all I'm saying, man. So, hey, yo, I know there's going to be some critique, whatever. Shoot it my way. Leave a comment at the bottom. Again, Deontay Wilder, you got the privilege to go trilogy and whoop that ass. Y'all already know. It's Punch One Boxing. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Get my updated videos. I love y'all. God bless and on to the next.